Bom bom bom
Be a man of bravery, be a man of bravery, this is what you are, this is what you
Are we on air, guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the National Skills Competition. This is the Ongwediva 2023 edition and we are coming to you live from the mighty Oshana region. My name is Ilago Shitatala and it is indeed a pleasure to be in your company. I'm not alone today. This is the red carpet special edition of the opening ceremony of the NSCO2023. I will be joined a little later on by my colleagues, that is Denver Keesting, Emil Hamro Seibeb, as well as Selima Henok. But they will be coming to your screens in a little while. Just stay tuned. Well, today we are talking about incredible TVET matters. We are expecting cultural performances to be taking place, some speeches that will leave you incredibly inspired, and of course moments that will leave you in awe. But before we get there, I want us to walk a little bit down memory lane to how we got here, how we got to this journey. I mean, it wasn't an easy one. We went from cities to villages and also traveled all the way into classrooms, and where we saw these competitors harnessing and honing the skills that they have to ensure that they are showcasing excellence today. Well, the stage is ready, the stars are ready, we are ready. Let's take a walk down memory lane.
Nestled in the heart of the Oshana region, Ongwediva is not just a town. It's a thriving hub for innovation, skills development, and boundless opportunities. Welcome to Ongwediva, crafting the future. Ongwediva has a unique story to tell, especially in the context of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023.
We are lucky to have a national skill competition to be hosted in Ongwediva, in the sense that Ongwediva is actually one of the town in the northern part, which is actually have got a very big population of students.
Here in Ongwediva we are at the Trade Center. It's also a venue that has met the requirements of staging a competition of this magnitude.
At the core of Ongwediva's narrative are its technical and vocational education and training TVET institutions. These centers of learning have become the lifeblood of the region.
This is where we can get an opportunity to start with our careers.
I started building engines at a very young age with my brother and my father, and then I wanted to pursue a career in automotive mechanics.
What inspired me most when I was young, I used to tear my clothes, and it led me to like fashion more.
Learning have become the lifeblood of the region. They are where young minds are molded, where hands-on skills are honed, and where dreams take shape.
The winners of this competition will represent Namibia at the next international skills competition, which will take place in Lyon, France in 2024.
Ongwediva's TVET institutions prepare students for careers in fields as diverse as agriculture, engineering, hospitality, and more.
Some of our mandate is to provide municipal services. We talk of providing electricity, water, road infrastructure, and these things you can only do it when you have got people with proper skills. And then here is the national skills coming to Ongwediva. What a privilege.
As Ongwediva gears up to host the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, its significance cannot be overstated. This event will put Ongwediva and the Oshana region on the national stage, showcasing their commitment to skills development.
The National Skills Competition has proven to be one of such events on the Namibian calendar that is appealing particularly to the youth.
The town is buzzing with preparations. Venues are being ready, volunteers are training, and excitement is palpable. It's a moment where skills meet passion, where innovation meets opportunity.
Experts that are trainers in various training institutions are the one heavily involved in setting up this test project, in overseeing the proceedings of the competition, in marking of the competition projects that are being produced. So they have grown in confidence, they have grown in terms of how they are handling training in the training institutions.
As we look forward to the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, remember that it's more than a competition. It's a celebration of dreams taking flight, of skills lighting up the future.
There has been quite a number of value-in-kind involvement from various partners, and we really appreciate and we want them to be with us throughout this journey. Up to such a time we can say now, Namibia is economically liberated. The economy of the country is in the hands of the Namibians because they are well skilled and have developed the capabilities. The country has developed infrastructures and system to run its own economy and to be very competitive with the rest of the world.
Well, there you have it, viewers. We are gathered here for the grand opening of the National Skills Ongwediva 2023 edition. And here we are definitely celebrating skills, innovation, and the future. Now, before we officially kick off this exciting event, let's take a sneak peek at the three pillars of the NSCO 2023. The three pillars are the skills competition, skills conference, and the skills exhibition. For that, we now cross over to my colleague Emil Hamro-Seibeb to give us what he has on standby on that side. Emil, it's over to you.
Elago, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the viewers also across the country. In Namibia, there is a whole vibe in Ongwediva as 158 competitors from across the country, 14 vocational training centers, including offenders housed at the Namibian Correctional Services are in Ongwediva to take part and showcase their skills in various vocational training skills. Well, the World Skills International was in Swakop about a year ago, where individuals from across Africa showcased their individual skills in different skill sets, from welding all the way to web technology. We are now hosting the national skills, where the winner, overall winner, and those selected will represent Namibia in World Skills International in France next year. Ronaldo, I spoke to him yesterday, was rather excited, very passionate, all geared up for the opening ceremony. I assume by what you are, how you are dressed by that, you are a welder. How excited are you to take part in this competition?
I'm very excited to be here in Ongwediva with the World Skills Competition. There are various traits that I've come across here, and
Ronaldo, just to ask you again, welding is one of those skill sets that is very much needed in the emerging technologies. We have the green hydrogen, we have a lot of oil and gas. Your trade is going to be needed very much. Are you excited to contribute to the development of Namibia?
yes, we as welders
as welders?
We as welders, we do metal work, and mostly we do fabrications. For example, big workshops, we build big workshops, and
Well, Ronaldo is, it's not a child's play. I wish you all the luck, Ronaldo. I can see a very confident welder for Namibia in the future. Another young man, Elago, is joining me here. Also, one of the last people that I will be speaking to, a competitor. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Reynold Malakia. I'm here for electrical installations. I'm a student at Namibia Institute of Mining and Technology in Arantes campus.
How excited are you to be here?
No, I'm very excited to be here, that I get a chance to showcase my skills on a national level and with a big chance of me going to international level. So I'm very excited for this.
Malagia is excited to showcase his skills on an international level, very confident also that he is going to win. Elago, I should send this back to you. I am aware that Selima Henok is waiting on the red carpet to speak to some of the sponsors, some of the key players and stakeholders right here from the Ongwediva Trade Fair in Ongwediva, where the excitement is set to start.
Thank you so much, Emil. I can see the excitement. I mean, having heard that competitor saying he's excited, we're wishing him all the best. Here at the NSCO2023, we have various skill sets being competing this year. I mean, we can talk about web technology, water technology, mechatronics, hairdressing, you name it. Right now, I'd like to cross over to my colleague Denver Kisting, who is on standby to talk to us about what might be happening that is in reference to the skills conference. Denver, it's over to you.
Thank you so much, Elago. Thank you also to Emil, and thank you also to Selima, who will be joining our viewers shortly. My name is Dean McKisting. Good afternoon, Namibia. It's such a great pleasure. It's such an immense delight. It's a huge, huge, huge honor to be in your company. The Oshana region in general, but the town of Ongwediva in particular, is indeed ready for the National Skills Competition 2023. We are in the Fisheries Hall here at the Trade Fair grounds, where the official opening will start in a short moment. I do want to say, Elago, you look absolutely beautiful. Emil, you look dapper yourself, and the viewers will see Selima shortly. She also looks very, very beautiful. Now, in order to help us understand some of the context of what has been happening prior to this massive event, also to help us understand what will transpire during the course of the week, we are very, very delighted to be joined this afternoon by none other than Mr. Ndongo Ndongo. Now, he is the National Skills Competition 2023 TVET Conference Chairperson. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome.
Thank you.
First things first, the layperson may not know what exactly your role entails as the TVET Conference Chairperson. Walk us through your roles and responsibilities, and perhaps some of the highlights and maybe also some of the challenges of that important role.
Thank you. As you rightfully said, that the National Skills Competition, it's normally staged in 3 phases, where you have the actual competition, and then you have the TVET conference, and then the last one is the exhibition. Now, my role, I'm tasked with chairing and spearheading the team that is organizing the 2023 TVET conference. That is really focusing on the youth. This time around, our conference, which runs parallel to the actual competition, which is also scheduled to start tomorrow, would focus on how do we ensure that the youth, in terms of either those that are aspiring to become entrepreneurs and innovators, really at the center stage and get all the necessary assistance they can get in order for them to thrive. But also in terms of, we're gonna bring quite key industry players together here starting tomorrow to really unpack what are those issues and challenges that are facing our TVET graduates. As you might know, that Unemployment among the youth, it's very high. It's also very challenging to see unemployment among the graduates, and that is very worrisome. And for 2023 conference, we want to focus on that to ensure that one way or the other, these youth either start their own businesses or they actually find meaningful employment.
Thank you so much for that very comprehensive overview. Now, many conversations have been had about unemployment in general and youth unemployment in particular. I'm very happy that the focus will be on unemployed TVET graduates. From your expert stance, what do you attribute that to? Because we are told that those stakeholders, those role players, those students within the TVET sector are the ones who are best positioned to create employment for themselves. So what would you attribute the levels of unemployment to as far as TVET and the youth and graduates are concerned?
I think you rightfully said it correct. The anticipation is that the TVET graduates should grow the economy. And of course, for the past 10 years, the economy of Namibia has not been growing very well. I mean, it's even made worse when we have COVID that hit us. But you know, from the global recessions that was experienced 2018, 2010, the economy has not been growing. And the focus is really that from the TVET perspective, we revised the curriculums in terms of ensuring that we equipped our young people to actually start their own businesses. But again, if the environment is not favorable enough, they will not be able to do that. But what we will see and what you witness from tomorrow is that we bring quite a variety of stakeholders, including those that are coming from the financial institution, because it's one of the biggest challenge in terms of accessing finance to actually start businesses for these young people. So we have quite a number of institutions that are in position to actually articulate what are those funding arrangements that they have that can be accessed by our graduates. Another thing is that we are not just saying we are focusing on the youth, but these conferences actually have youth representatives that came from all 14 regions in Namibia. So we make sure that each region is represented. And these are not just general youth. These are youth that graduated from the TVET institutions. So really we are trying to make sure that we create a platform for them to engage the relevant people in terms of them to be able to kickstart their businesses.
Mr. Ndongo Depandula Unene, we certainly do not want to preempt the conference because it forms a very important part of this platform, but we can see how excited you are. We can witness your tangible passion. We wish you and your team best of luck, and thank you so much for your time and sharing your expertise. And we do hope that the conference will also seek to ultimately come up with meaningful resolutions to address unemployment amongst the youth within the TVET sector. Thank you, Nene.
Thank you, and let me just make sure that all the youth that are in Oshana region, so please come out, come to Ongwediva Trade Fair, come and witness this event, and we hope to see you at the conference starting tomorrow. Thank you very much, Dema.
There you have it, Namibia, that invitation from Mr. Ndongo. He's the National Skills 2023 TVET chairperson. As far as the conference is concerned, it's a very important component of the competition. So the invitation to you young people of the Oshana region, particularly the towns of Ondangwa, Oshakati and Ongwediva, but also all the surrounding areas, do make your way here. But we are slowly running out of time. Our very own Ndishishi Hamfungu will be leading the proceedings at the official opening here in the Fisheries Hall. For now, it's back to you, Madam Shitatala.
As you can see, it's all systems go here in Ongwediva. Now, if you are just joining us, this is the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 edition, and we are here to celebrate the future, celebrate skills and innovation within the industry of TVET. Earlier on, my colleague Denver Kisting was engaging Mr. Indongo, who is the 2023 TVET Conference Chairperson, and he was just explaining that the focus this year is on the youth, and gave out an instruction to the youth in Ongwediva or within the Oshana region that if you have nothing to do, in fact, please prioritize. Come over to the Ongwediva Trade Fair Center and come and see how you can be part of the future of Namibia. Now, an event such as this would not have been possible without the collaboration of various stakeholders. My colleague Selima Henok is on standby to give us an update or to engage some of the sponsors who have made this incredible and spectacular event possible. Selima, it's over to you.
Competition. So different dignitaries have been arriving here. We are also expecting the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation to give the keynote speech. And of course, we are going to interview the people that have been supporting the national skills, not only by kind, but also monetary. So we are going to engage an official from Bank Windhoek who will give us a brief on why they decided to be part of the skills competition in terms of sponsoring. So we are joined by Ms. Elise Christophe. She's a representative from Bank Windhoek. Ms. Christophe, can you briefly just tell us why Bank Windhoek decided to be part of the skills competition?
Good afternoon to everybody. In sponsoring NSCO2023 at Bank Windhoek, we take pride in support this event, which serves as a platform to spotlight the technical and vocational education and training, which is TVET industry, and the opportunity it offers to the youth. This initiative is a perfect harmony with our initiative as a corporate social responsibility focus area for Bank Windhoek and Capricorn Foundation, which is also a co-sponsor of this event. Our primary corporate social responsibility focus revolve in promoting economic advancement and fostering skills development. Furthermore, we recognize that the TVET sector play a pivotal role in driving economy and nurturing entrepreneurship.
Looking at the high employment rate in the country, especially among the youth, and also just looking at the potential that the TVET sector has, what would you say in terms of encouragement for corporates to come on board in terms of sponsoring such initiatives?
In Namibia, the enhancement of skills necessitate a collective effort, not only involving the government, government and their vocational training, but also wide range of stakeholders. The TVET sector, being a key driver of our country economy growth, underscore the importance of different parties coming together to provide and foster the expansion of the skills.
So in terms of just the way forward, is Bank Windhoek still going to continue being part of the national skills competition?
Definitely. As a Namibian bank, we want to journey with our people, we want to journey with our youth, we want also to contribute to the economy of our country. Definitely we're going to continue sponsoring the Namibian skills competition.
Thank you so much. Well, that was Ms. Christophe from Bank Windhoek, just emphasizing the importance of coming on board, not just in kind, but also just in monetary as well, so that we can see the growth in the industry, and also just a platform for young people to foster their growth in terms of skill development. So we are excited to be part of this whole initiative, and we are looking forward to give you more information as time goes. Back to you, Elao.
Thank you so much, Selima. Now that was Selima Henok just engaging one of the sponsors, that is Bank Windhoek, who have made this incredible ceremony possible. Would like to thank all our partners and all the sponsors for the National Skills Ongwediva 2023 competition possible. We are so grateful. Now, one thing, ladies and gentlemen, that you must know is that the journey through the NSCO2023 begins with a crucial step. You might ask, what step is this that Ilago is referring to? Well, this that I'm referring to is the inspection. It's called the ministerial inspection, and this inspection was led by the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Training and Innovation, that is Natalia Twahoses. Now, this event, this particular inspection, is testament to the commitment and excellence that the National Skills holds. So let's take a look at the preparations and readiness for the NSCO 2023 as we get ready for this exciting video highlight of the ministerial inspection as we anticipate the grand opening of this day just in a couple of minutes. Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had any doubts, if you were wondering if we're ready or not, there you see it. The ministerial inspection has taken place and we are definitely ready to kickstart the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 edition. From myself, Ilago Shitatala, and the rest of my colleagues who joined me in this special edition, this was the red carpet with a twist. You know how we do it here at National Skills. We are now handing over to the main hall, but my colleagues that I'm speaking about are Selima Henok, Emil Hamrosebeb, as well as Denver Kisting. We are now crossing over to the main hall where Ndishishi Hamfungu is on standby to kickstart the grand opening of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, right here, coming to you live from the Oshana region. From us here at the red carpet, enjoy your further viewing on NBC.
Bom bom bom
Be a man of bravery, be a man of bravery, this is what you want. go whisker sahoka. This is what you are, go whisker sahoka. Be a man of bravery, go whisker seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, go whisker seke kwaha. This is what you are, go whisker sahoka. This is what you are, go whisker sahoka. Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi.
I'm feeling strong like Ongwediva. The king is back and I'm here to stay. My strength is high and I'm ready to play. Bahupula could have went astray. Elekenet me against man van Hoto. I play my fate to just stay on top.
I give praise to the King of Kings, Alpha and Omega. Now I'm here, and yes, He has made me better. I'm taking authority of my kingdom now, making us unite, yes, Kumba. I give praise to the King of Kings, Alpha and Omega. Now I'm here, and yes, He has made me better. I'm taking authority of my kingdom now, making us unite, yes, Kumba.
Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi. Bayede, ingosi.
A double on so and let's check the mate, brah. My enemies, Kabazi Hanikeza.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like I am not leaving your company anytime soon. We are still here at the Oshana region, that is the Ongwediva Trade Fair, and we are bringing you the National Skills Competition 2023. Now, we still have a couple of interviews lined up for you as we're still gearing towards the opening event, that is the grand opening of the NSCO2023. But while we are building up to that, we thought, why don't we engage more of the people that we have here on the ground? I'll now cross over to my colleague Emil.
Diva Trade Fair, the National Skills Competition, that is rather the third National Skills Competition. The passions, the spirits, the excitement that one sees in the contestants is absolutely breathtaking. 158, I can't stop emphasizing on this number. 158 competitors from across Namibia are in the northern town of Ongwediva to showcase their skills. This is mostly skills that involve physical labor, hard work, such as welding, cooking, restaurant services, that you would normally spend 11 to 12 hours on your feet trying to accommodate people and do customer service. Here are some of the guys. These are some of the competitors that is going to start tomorrow. He is in automobile technologies. How excited are you, my guy?
Well, I'm very excited and also very nervous at the same time. But so far, so good. We're here to perform and we won't let our country down.
Yesterday, I saw you during the parade and you sort of looked intimidated by your competitors, as if you look at them, you're like, "It's the Yogi Sami Venman." Who's it?
Yeah, sometimes you don't know what the guys have up their sleeves, but you gotta come prepared and always do the best you can.
Should you become the overall winner, are you prepared to represent Namibia on a global stage?
Yeah, pretty much I am. I ain't afraid of anything and won't back down.
Of course, we have various competitors, different skill sets. Another guy joining me here, Jacques.
Yes, Jock.
How excited are you to be here?
Very excited. It's my first time here, so yes, I'm looking forward for it. And yeah, I think you do a good job for it.
At what point in your life did you decide to venture into vocational skills?
Just when I was this little. I also wanted to be a mechanic. So I lifted up that dream and I'm almost there.
Thank you so much for spending time with us. I assume you are a hair technology, fashion technology, cooking. That comes with a stereotype. You know, you see a woman, then you think automatically this person should be into cooking or hairdressing. Today I saw a very beautiful lady taking part, competing in welding. Please introduce yourself. What is your skill set?
My name is Miriam Ngepandwa. I'm competing in fashion, and
how excited are you to be here? Which region are you representing, and are you going to win this?
I'm excited and pretty nervous, and me competing, yeah.
Pretty excited, pretty nervous. That is. I'm just going to ask Connie to quickly follow me. There is a whole tent here. Can I just get a TVET from here? Can we get it loud enough? TVET? That is the excitement. Can we get it once more, Connie? A whole TVET here. Come guys, stand up. TVET. That's the spirit here at the Ongwediva Trade Fair. Another gentleman joining me here. Are you excited, man? Don't be nervous. Are you excited?
Much excited to be here.
What is your skill set? Can you tell me your skill set and why you have decided to take part in this competition?
Actually, I'm welding, metal work. Actually, I'm here to find the green light to the success of my future. Actually, by this work, dealing with welding, it's only by work that you can do with your own hands, like being independent by your own self, you can
Thank you so much. Now, Jessica, we know that we are live, so I'm going to ask you to quickly cut to a commercial break, and then we return shortly. Thank you so much. We are still live from Ongwediva, from the Ongwediva Trade Fair for the third National Skills Competition. Technical vocational education training is taking the forefront, where 158 competitors are gathered in the town of Ongwediva to showcase their technical skills in areas such as welding, bricklaying, tiling, and many more. I am now joined by Mr. Topias Nambala, the chairperson of the steering committee, who is responsible, of course, who is the man responsible for us being here. Good afternoon, sir. How has the journey been? I assume it was a long road to this day.
Good afternoon, Emil. You are right. It has been a long road to this day, but this day have arrived, and we have walked this road. We haven't seen how long it has been, but I can say that we are very excited that this day have arrived. Everybody have arrived, and we are very actually excited to have everybody on board. The arrival of all our key players and the partners and the sponsors and most of the competitors and the parents, the teachers, all those that are here, it's a testimony that this is a collaboration, and it's not just an NTA issue, it's not just a world skills event, it's a collaboration. It's the community that have taken serious of how TVET and the importance of TVET.
The importance of TVET cannot be underlined, although there are some stereotypes about the vocational sector, and that many people are slow, or very few people are slowly gaining interest in vocational education. Events such as this, I'm sure, aim to highlight the importance of vocational education, vocational training. What role does such an event play to that regard?
This event is actually, it brings to the fore what is actually happening in the background. Most of the TVET activities, most of the things that are produced through TVET are actually, issues that have been produced. You would see the beautiful thing of it, but you don't see what have gone into producing that one. So showcasing this kind of skills exposition will actually show to everybody that have no idea what is happening, what kind of work goes in. And just the mere fact that everybody that's going to see the competition going forward from tomorrow to Friday, they will see that for you to come up with something, these are all the kind of work that you go through. And I can tell you now, we are actually, dispersing that kind of stereotyping, that TVET is not subordinate to any other trade. In actual fact, TVET is the main skill set that you need in the economy.
What powerful words. TVET is not a subordinate to any other trade, says the chairperson of the steering committee. Very powerful words indeed. A lot of change is happening in Namibia. A lot of industry, gas, oil, and TVET plays a lot of very much critical role in the development of these industries. Would you like to comment in this regard, sir?
Well, as the NTA, we are actually transforming the curriculum. We are working very hard with our partners and the development partners to see to it that we develop that new emerging sectors, oil and gas, green hydrogen. We have already done our research, we have done our findings, we have benchmarked. We are just going back on the table to come up with modalities of addressing those things. We have a conference that is starting from tomorrow for the next 3 days. This conference is going to discuss these very issues. And the conference is very important that we attend this conference so we understand what is going on. The key players, the ones that are behind the steering wheel of this kind of development, will be the one to talk to us about it. We can ask those questions during the conference, and we will always have an idea what's going on.
I would like to thank you so much at this point for joining us live on NBC TV and all our platforms, sir.
Thank you, Emil.
Thank you so much. Mr. Tobias Nambala, the chairperson of the steering committee, the organizer-in-chief rather, for the National Skills Competition. I would like at this point to call my co-host, Selima. How is the energy for you?
Emily, the energy is high. The energy is indeed high. It's just highlighting the importance of TVET sector and also just the important role that it plays. I was interviewing the Deputy Commissioner of Namibia Correctional Service, and he was just emphasizing the importance of the TVET sector in terms of whatever you are doing. We're talking about mechanic, we're talking about plumbing, we're talking about daily things that we use, that we need the TVET sector and the skills that they have to be able to tackle. So indeed it is everybody's in high spirits, I should say.
Yeah, inspirational story rather. We do have 4 representatives from the Namibia Correctional Services also studying while they are in prison in the vocational skill sets. They are here to compete, also to showcase their skill sets in plumbing, bricklaying, motor mechanics, and so on. So we are very excited to see their skill sets. Hopefully they will become the overall winners, representing Namibia next year at the World Skills International in France. For now, Jessica.
So we are here still at the red carpet and continuing the interviews, and we are joined by the Director of Research and Innovation in the Ministry of Higher Education. He's just briefly going to tell us the important role that the Ministry is playing in terms of just making sure that, the national skills is taking place. Mr. Dr. Mundia, welcome.
Thank you, Salima. Well, as you can see, we here, it's a big national stage, but the ministry, of course, it's a foster ministry and a parent ministry. Our role is, of course, to instigate this kind of stages for the youth, of course, to also recognize a number of skills for job creation, and of course, opportunities, but more so also to recognize the gaps that we have or we are experiencing in TVET, and it helps us to reform then our policies and also reform, chant the way forward in strategizing as to what we can do to try and make the environment more conducive. But what is quite important, which we have witnessed in TVET, is lack of research, and we are looking carefully on that, and myself and a number of the research and science and technology team will be delivering quite a number of presentations on Wednesday to actually to talk to filling up the gaps that is lacking in TVET and marry that together with science and technology. So we are excited. The platform, again, for many years, it continued to attract a good number of the youth, of course, our competitors.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mundia. We'd like to ask you more questions, but unfortunately we are out of time. Back to you, Elau.
Thank you so much to my colleagues Selima and Emil that were on the floor engaging some of the competitors as well as partners that are involved in making this competition possible. Well, we are ready to kickstart with the grand opening of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. My colleague Dishishi is on standby for that, but I'll just like to give you a bit of background. Now, this is the third National Skills Competition where 158 skills will be showcased by competitors from all over the country. Now, the overall winner will be the overall winners from the various categories will be partaking in the World Skills International that will be taking place that is in France next year. Right now, I hand over the platform to our colleagues in the main hall for the grand opening of the National Skills Competition 2023, coming to you live from Ongwediva Trade Fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we all please rise to receive our guest of honor for tonight's proceedings. That's Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, Ms. Natalia Tuahoses, as well as the rest of the dignitaries. And as they make their way in, let's remain standing to observe the Namibian as well as the African Union anthems.
Freedom fought.
liberty and unity. All sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life.
You may take your seats. Thank you. We now call on
Be a man of bravery, Kaukweka seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, Kaukweka seke kwaha. This is what you are, Kaukweka sahoka. This is what you are, Kaukweka sahoka.
Himaro. Yeah. Okay, Himaro. Good luck, man. Thanks, man. Skin, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you again. Yes, Chief. Our national skills are Ongwediva. Yeah. That's it. Hola, Chimat. Attende. Well, man. I want the junkie and the apple, man. I have a long road. Yeah. I'm going to national skills. That's it, Chimat. I should check up.
If El Shaddai is in the room, we ask him to please come to stage.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the National World Skills. We welcome you all. I hope you have a blessed time. Stay safe.
Thank you so much, El Shaddai. Very good afternoon. I said a very good afternoon. How are we? Are we fine? Are we sure we're fine? We apologize for the weather on behalf of Governor Irimari. It was very cold this morning, but we don't know what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. The Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, represented here this evening by her delegate, the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, Madame Natalia Ongwediva. Honorable Dr. Ita Kanji Murangi, Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, in absentia, also represented here this evening by her delegate, that is the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, Ms. Natalia Ongwediva. Honorable Elia Irimari, Governor of the Oshana Region, His Worship, Reverend Tara Shalyefu, Mayor of the town of Ongwediva, Mr. Jerome Mutumba, Chairperson of the Namibia Training Authority, Mr. Chris Humphreys, President of WorldSkills International, distinguished guests, stakeholders, trainees, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the thrilling world of technical and vocational education, where skills become the ultimate currency. In this exhilarating third edition of the National Skills Competition, we invite you to witness and participate in a showcase of talent, innovation, and craftsmanship like never before. National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 is a celebration of the practical, a testament to the power of hands-on learning, and a stage for individuals to demonstrate their prowess in a wide range of technical and vocational disciplines. From welding to web development, automobile technology to culinary arts, this event promises to ignite your passion for skills while highlighting the crucial role they play in shaping our world. So please, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to embark on a journey through the heart of technical and vocational excellence. Welcome to National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, where skills takes center stage. Please, a warm round of applause. Well, my name is Ndishisha Mfungu, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's proceedings. Now, after the completion of the selection competitions in April, we are gathered here in Ongwediva this week to witness some 158 trainees from all over the country go head-to-head for the ultimate prize and experience of representing Namibia a year from now in Lyon, France, for the 47th World Skills Competition. Last year, Namibia clinched 4 gold medals, 2 silver and 3 bronze in what was a remarkable World Skills Africa Continental Competition held at Swakopmund. Who was in Swakopmund? By a show of hands, please. And how was it? Let me hear you say awesome. Yeah? It was awesome, right? Namibia did so well in hosting that event, and it goes to show our capacity as a nation. And this week, we continue to build on those very successes. Over the course of the next 5 days or so, we will witness exhibitions in 14 skills disciplines, namely automobile technology, bricklaying, cooking, electrical installations, fashion technology, hairdressing, joinery, plumbing and heating, refrigeration and air conditioning, as well as restaurant services, web technologies, welding, wall and floor tiling, and mechatronics. Quite a mouthful. Who knows all of those skills disciplines? I bet only our newly appointed Deputy Minister, yes? Now, we thank the organizers and partners for making tonight and this week very much possible. We'd like to thank the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, in partnership, of course, with the Namibia Training Authority. We'd like to thank WorldSkills Namibia, the Ongwediva Town Council, and the Oshana Regional Council. We'd also like to extend our generous thanks to our generous sponsors of this third National Skills Competition, Ongwediva 2023. They are, in the platinum category, we have the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation. I see Mr. Similo here. Thank you for being here. And of course, also in that very category, we have the Vocational Education and Training Levy, or VET Levy, if you will. In the gold category, we have Bank Windhoek and the Capricorn Foundation. Why are we not clapping hands? And in the silver category, we have Pebble and the Atlantic Training Institution. Please, a warm round of applause. In bronze, we have the Gondwana Collection in Namibia, Namibia Foundation, Pupkowitz Motors, and our national water utility, NamWater. And of course, a big thank you to our gracious suppliers. Firstly, the Ongwediva Trade Fair. Normally, you would be here for another reason, but here we are for another reason. So thank you to the Ongwediva Trade Fair, of course, for providing the Trade Center to host this very important event. We'd also like to extend our thanks to the Development Bank of Namibia, Afrox, as well as Millennium Air Conditioning and Electrical, Dundee Precious Metals, Aqua Services and Engineering, and Virgin Hair Boutique. Please, a warm round of applause to our suppliers here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please allow me to, but before I do that, you would see I'm flanked this evening by two characters. Do you know who these characters are? Anybody? No takers? Anybody willing to guess? These are our mascots for, that is the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. Of course, please meet them. Firstly, we have, that is Osho the Oryx on my right here, your left, as well as Wela the Volvisha, representing Namibia's flora. Of course, they're inspired by our coat of arms, and you can see. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our host governor to, of course, officially welcome us to his region. We're not allowed here without his permission. So please, Governor Idimari, welcome to the fore.
Thank you, the director of this very historic and glamorous event. The Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, here represented by Honorable Natalia Kwakoses, the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovations. The President and Chair of the Board of World Skills International, Master Chris Humphreys, all invited guests, captains, and leaders of different institutions present here, esteemed guests, and dear competitors, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. It's my sincere privilege to greet competitors, experts, participants, and guests to the National Skill Competitions Ongwediva 2023 and welcome you to the hospitable Oshana region as well as Ongwediva, proud host of the National Skill Competitions. I also wish to thank the organizer for assigning us with this golden opportunity, which aligns superbly with a strategic vision to promote the future development of Ongwediva and Oshana region at large to the benefits of its inhabitants. Thank you for the trust you have bestowed in us. I'm confident that our facilities and hospitalities will meet your expectation. The Oshana region is taking rapid strides towards establishing itself as a hub for economic growth. Our region, and in general, and Ongwediva in specific, offer a diverse portfolio of economic activities and resources. It goes without saying that the availabilities of technical skills stand central in our endeavors to develop our region. Our young people need to embrace technical training opportunities and empower themselves with skills that will allow us to add value to the resources at our disposal. Ongwediva is ready to host and celebrate this prestigious event. I have been particularly impressed by the higher level of organization demonstrated by the organizing teams, coupled with the support of the Oshana Regional Council and the Ongwediva Town Council, Their resilient effort put us on track to stage a successful event. I sincerely hope that everyone will embrace this showpiece for technical skills and excellence in a spirit of togetherness, partnerships, and excellence. And when National Skill Competition Ongwediva 2023 is over, we wish that the memorable impact we would have made would entice visitors to come back to this beautiful part of our beloved country. I express a special welcome to our Deputy Minister of Higher Education, here representing our guest of honor, Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. We are delighted that you have found time in your busy schedule to share this very special and historic moment. Honorable Deputy Minister, the good and solid progress of our country is making in transforming our technical and vocational training system is very much the result of your steadfast leadership and strategic directions. Our country has a higher aspiration for the technical and vocational sectors. Continue to raise the bar. I also recognize the participations of Master Chris Humphreys, President and Chair of the Board of WorldSkills International, said, we continue to trust in your international movement as an effective partner in supporting our objective, successfully transforming our technical and vocational training, said. Noted. We continue to rely on your full support and commitment to this cause. Once again, welcome to Oshana, welcome to Ongwediva, and wish you a wonderful stay in our region, and hope you enjoy the hospitality of our people. And I thank you.
Please, another warm round of applause to Governor Irimari. We would now like to take this opportunity to welcome the Malaysia group for a performance. Round of applause. I think they deserve another one, yes? My goodness, the Maleshe Cultural Group. Amazing stuff. So much talent and so young, hey? We want to thank Governor Irimari for officially welcoming us to his region. We are officially welcome now. But please, we must behave at all times. Up next, we have Mr. Jerome Mutumba, who is the chairperson of the NTA, to give us a synopsis of what you can expect over the next 5 days or so. Mr. Mutumba, please.
I would like to read the message of Mr. Mutumba, our chair, as he has written it. Thank you. The Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, here represented by our Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, Honorable Ita Kanji Murangi, Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, also represented here by our Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, President and Chair of the Board of World Skills International, Mr. Chris Humphreys, Honorable Elia Irimari, Governor of the Oshana region, His Worship Reverend Tara Shaliefu, Mayor of Ongwediva, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Namibia Training Authority, Dr. Deborah Mashod, Executive Strategic Planning, Performance and Reporting from the world's wholesale retail education sector and Training Authority of South Africa, and your delegation, esteemed guests, experts and competitors, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all, and thank you for joining us at the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. This event is just the third of its kind, following events staged at the Ramatex Textile Factory in Windhoek, Commerce in September 2016 and April 2019, respectively. It takes place under the auspices of World Skills International, a movement that is changing the lives of young people through skills. On the international level, 82 member organizations that belong to World Skills reach 2/3 of the world population and create measurable impact at every level. They build confidence of millions of young people, empowering communities and fueling economies. World Skills International and World Skills Africa, as the continental platform, also oversaw the organization and staging of the second Continental World Skills Africa Skills Competition, which Namibia proudly hosted in Swakopmund in March-April 2022, and which was hailed a huge success. World Skills Africa sits within the African Union to support and facilitate skills development initiatives with the World Skills Network. World Skills Africa also plays a crucial role in achieving the goals and vision of Agenda 2063 of the African Union. Namibia has been a full World Skills member since 2015 and has participated at every international competition since. World Skills Namibia has sent competitors to World Skills 2015 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, World Skills 2017 in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, and World Skills 2019, Kazan, Russia. Namibian competitors also participated at World Skills Special Edition, staged in countries across the globe, and which came about as a result of the cancellation of the World Skills 2022 in Shanghai, China, due to the COVID pandemic. These competitors are drawn from participants at national skills competitions, I beg your pardon, held every second year, in which competitors from various vocational institutions and industries in Namibia demonstrate and showcase their talents. These events, which also include conference and exhibition components, provide a means of exchange and comparison of competency standards in industrial trades and service sectors in Namibia. Outside of the competition, WorldSkills fosters cooperation and development between industry and training institutions, whereas it also promotes the benefits of and need for skilled professionals through knowledge exchange and capacity building, and infusing international quality into our own local technical and vocational qualifications. Esteemed guests, on behalf of the organizers, namely the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, the Namibian Training Authority, and WorldSkills Namibia and its WorldSkills Namibia division, under the auspices of WorldSkills Africa and WorldSkills International, allow me to summarize key aspects of National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, which starts today, the 25th of September, and concludes on Saturday, the 30th of September 2023. Our venue remains the Ongwediva Trade Fair, a multifunctional facility able to host large-scale events and conference exhibitions, as we have seen. Our overarching objective is to profile and celebrate technical and vocational skills and career paths by engaging in capacity building, infusing best practice, and fostering cooperation. Our target audience are youth in school, young adults aged between 17 and 25, parents and guardians, youth organizations, captains of industry, leaders and influencers, educators, and training institutions. In terms of the skills competition itself, 157 competitors are to compete in 14 skill areas, aspiring to take the prestigious title of Namibian champion. Winners at the skills competition Ongwediva 2023 are using this event to prepare for WorldSkills Lyon 2024, which takes place in France in September 2024. In terms of the skills exhibition, more than 30 local and continental training institutions and industry exhibitors are to participate in what promises to be a platform driven by interactivity, simulation, virtual reality, and demonstration. In terms of the skills conference, more than 300 delegates are expected to deliberate on a very apt and current theme of youth development and empowerment, and how best to generate opportunities to bridge the unemployment gap. Sub-themes include A, opportunities in emerging sectors, B, embracing the fourth industrial revolution for youth development acceleration, C, aid and funding for employment to strengthen graduate prospects, and D, nurturing entrepreneurial mindset for job creation and innovation. Our event mascots, as you have seen, are inspired by the Namibian coat of arms. In terms of partnerships, purposeful visibility is generated for our partners and the sponsors of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 through packages designed to help their brands reap dividends from national visibility generated through a focused marketing campaign and at-event branding opportunities. In terms of information sharing to bring this event closer to the audiences countrywide, our partners, the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, will broadcast 2 different daily television streaming broadcast slots as from the 26th of September to the 29th. And the slots will be from 12 midday to 1 o'clock in the afternoons and from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evenings, respectively. Thank you. Also, virtual access to the conference proceedings takes place via the World Skills Namibia official Facebook page. Esteemed guests, as organizers, the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, the NTA, and World Skills Namibia recognize the support of our strategic partners, namely the Oshana Regional Council, the Ongwediva Town Council, and Ongwediva Trade Fair Center, and we thank them. We are also indebted to Corporate Namibia for their support, and these entities are the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, National Training Fund through its VET Levy program, Bank Windhoek, Capricorn Foundation, Pebble Computers, Atlantic Ambulance Services, Gondwana Collection Namibia, Namib Desert Diamonds, Pupkowitz Motors, Namibia Water Corporation, Development Bank of Namibia, Afrox, Millennium Refrigeration, Dundee Precious Metals, Tsumeb, Aqua Services and Engineering, and Virgin Hair Boutique. The contribution by our partners and sponsors is vital, both to the delivery of the various skills competitions and to the wide range of services needed to successfully stage the entire event. All these partnerships and sponsorships encourage and underpin our commitment to our collective success. I thank you.
Ms. Hoveka, I think if anybody is to thank anybody, it should be us thanking you. And of course, the entire board of the NTA. That was Ms. Esther Hoveka, the Deputy Chair of the Namibia Training Authority. And as you heard, some people are going to France. Next year, this time, some people are going to be in France. By a show of hands to the trainees in the back, which of you are going to France? Huh? I think everybody is going to France, eh? Of course, World Skills International is taking place there next year, as you rightfully heard, and we can't wait for that one. Now, the activities are not only beginning today. Since the weekend, people have been at it, setting up, and even having parades. So we're going to take a quick moment to reflect on that particular parade that took place on Saturday.
Oh,
Wonderful stuff indeed. It was quite the occasion, and I hope many of us sitting here were present. For all of those who are joining us on our virtual spaces as well as on the NBC, thank you so much for being here, even though you're not here, but we're going to enjoy on your behalf nonetheless. Thank you to the viewers, of course, who are joining us in the virtual space. Now, this week is all about the brave men and the women who have taken up this approach to skills development, to skills enhancement. It's now time for us to meet our competitors. These young men and women have worked so hard to compete at this very platform, and we celebrate them even before the competition has begun. They have earned our respect and admiration for their tremendous effort. We're now going to call on each and every skills area, all 14 of them, to represent their different categories here. And please, as I do, let's please give them a warm round of applause to make them feel welcome as the champions that they are. First and foremost, we'd like to call on the automobile technology competitors to please make their way onto the stage here. I hope the stage is big enough. Of course, they have been crucial towards everything that you're seeing today. There you have it. These are the guys, eh? Of course, up next, we'd like to call on the bricklaying competitors. Can they please make their way to the fore? The cooking competitors. What is life without food, eh? Electrical installations. Fashion technology. That's not loud enough, guys. That's not loud enough, eh? There we go. Hairdressing. Joinery. Plumbing and heating. Refrigeration and air conditioning. I think I might have to move off the stage very soon, eh? Restaurant services. Web technologies. Welding. Just a few more to go. Don't get tired, please. Wall and floor tiling. Are you guys good? How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you going to France? And last but certainly not least, the mechatronics competitors here. Like I said, I hope the stage is big enough. Just a reminder, we have 158 competitors in this third edition of the National Skills Competition. 158. And they've worked really hard in terms of setting up their areas. And I must say, it looks absolutely amazing, hey? Have you seen the joinery outside? The Queen's Hall. Amazing stuff. So these are our competitors for all 14 skills disciplines. When I say T, you say vet. T, T. When I say T, you say vet. T, T. That's what the energy is going to be like this whole week. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our competitors for this third edition of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. Thank you all so much for joining us here in front. We wish you all the best for the week. Be your very best, and of course, we will see you, that is in Lyon, France next year. Please, one more warm round of applause for them here. So let's ask our competitors to slowly but surely make their way back to their seats. It looks quite empty now without you guys. But yes, thank you so much for being here. So, moving on to the next item on today's program. The National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 takes place under the auspices of World Skills International, a movement that is changing the lives of young people through skills. With 82 member countries under its banner, World Skills reaches 2/3 of the world's population and creates measurable impact at every level. They build the confidence of millions of young people, empowering communities and fueling economies. World Skills is a movement of change, and joining us now via satellite, I hope that you guys will be able to see as our competitors still make their way off stage, is the president of World Skills International, Mr. Chris Humphreys. We'll just give them a few more seconds to make their way off stage so that you guys can have a clear view of the screens as we hear from Mr. Humphreys in a short bit. But as they do, please, another warm round of applause. I think they absolutely deserve it, hey? A 158 competitors, and that number is going to keep on growing. It's going to keep on growing. Once more, just to take you through the various skills areas, we have the automobile technology, we have bricklaying, we have cooking, we have electrical installations, fashion technology, hairdressing, joinery, plumbing and heating, refrigeration and air conditioning, restaurant services, web technologies, welding, wall and floor tiling, as well as mechatronics. Now, you will, of course, see two people standing in front of me. They are Maria Jefta, who is from the restaurant services, as well as we have Mr. Ravelo Twirab. We'll be hearing oaths from them in a very short bit. But for now, let's hear from the president of World Skills International, Mr. Chris Humphreys.
Hello to you all. Firstly, I would like to pass my deepest thanks to Honourable Deputy Prime Minister Nandi Ndaitwah, Honourable Minister, colleague and friend Dr. Kanji Marangi, Honourable Governor Irimari, His Worship Mayor Shalyefu, Ms. Kaimu and Mr. Matumba for inviting me to address you today. It's a great privilege, and I only wish I could be with you there in person as I was for World Skills Africa Swakopmund 2022. I have so many wonderful memories from a highly successful competition in a beautiful country, which is why, on behalf of World Skills International, I am delighted to welcome you to this opening ceremony of the National Namibian Skills Competition 2023. Even before World Skills Namibia became a member in 2011, you demonstrated your huge passion for skills. Since then, you've been unwavering in your commitment to our global movement. You have been a strong voice within your wonderful country, advocating that young people should have greater access to high quality technical and vocational education and training. You have acted as an inspiring role model for other members in our global skills community. We only need to look at the impressive way you hosted World Skills Africa Swakopmund 2022, when you welcomed more than 70 competitors to Namibia to take part in 16 skill competitions. Those who came to the event or heard about it through the national media coverage will be in no doubt about the exceptional talent that is emerging from this great continent. And you have been a driving force alongside the African Union and World Skills International to establish a World Skills Africa regional organisation. An organisation that can connect all skilled young people with the needs of African industries and produce a prosperous future for all. An organisation that can build the capacity of trainers and lift standards of vet education across nations and regions. Skills development in Africa is and will remain a priority for all of World Skills. In Namibia, under 25-year-olds already represent almost 6 out of every 10 people. Development and prosperity is firmly in their hands. We must invest in them, we must nurture them, and we must give them the right skills to meet the future. But for now, let's think about today and celebrate these young competitors before us. You young people have got to the national finals, and you are already an inspiration to all of us. Now you have a chance to showcase your skills on a national platform. May I wish you the very best of luck for the World Skills Namibian National Skills Competition 2023. We all stand with you, shoulder to shoulder, as you compete. Because together, we are World Skills. Thank you, and good luck to you all.
There you have it, President of World Skills International, Mr. Chris Humphreys. Definitely you can hear the pride and the excitement for this very important occasion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the competitor and expert oath make up an important part of this competition. And to take the oath on behalf of the competitors and experts, we have just behind me, that is Revelo, Confidence Revelo Twirap from the Okakarara VTC. And on behalf of the experts, we have Maria Jefter, who is a restaurant services expert from the Nakayale VTC. And as they give their oath, please. Too much excitement, hey? Way too much excitement. And as they give their oaths, I'll ask that when Maria comes to the fore, that all experts please rise. And when Revelo does so, that all of the trainees please rise when he delivers his oath. We'll go with ladies first, yes? Because we're gentlemen.
In the name of all the experts, I promise that we shall take part in the national skills competition, respecting and abiding by the competition rules which govern them in the true spirit of craftsmanship, for the honor of our country and for the glory of vocational education and training. So help me God.
In the name of all the competitors, I promise that we shall take part in the national skills competition, respecting and abiding by the rules of the competition, which govern us in the true spirit of craftsmanship, in honor of our country and the glory of vocational education and training. So help us God. Thank you.
Ravello, Maria, thank you so much for that commitment. Thank you to all of the experts, to all of the competitors for making that commitment as well, and we'll certainly hold you guys accountable for the course of the week. Now, I'd like to bring some life into the room. There's certainly a lot of life, but we're going to bring more life into the room. I'd like to welcome the Itakada Cultural Group for a performance.
Kundizo wara,
My goodness. Ithaca, the cultural group. Please. Another warm round of applause, eh? And you can see the competition has certainly begun. Huh? He was welding over here. And that's what TVET is about. Improving lives. Making lives better and easier. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, our keynote speaker, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for International Relations and Cooperation, Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, will not be able to join us at this auspicious occasion this evening. However, the Right Honorable Nandi-Ndaitwah has delegated the newly appointed Deputy Minister for Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, that is Honorable Natalia Ongwediva, to deliver her keynote message at this opening ceremony. And to introduce the Honorable Deputy Minister, I call again on our gracious host governor, as Honorable Elia Irimari, for that introduction.
Thank you once more again. The director of this very historical event, I'm in fact tasked and trusted to introduce to you the person who will be speaking on behalf of the Deputy Prime Ministers. Now, the reasons why we need to introduce a person, we look at the person, qualities and characters, and also what she can carry in society. Because it comes with a price for you to be entrusted and to lead at different sectors of our societies. Now, I first have to mention this person by the name Natalia Ongwediva. She has 29 years of effective and managerial experience in life. This person whom I'm talking about, she is an educator of note. An educator, from a teacher to an inspector, to a principal of a school, to an inspector, and to an educational officer, to a director of education in this country. Omake. Now, having been in that field of education, she later on, because you first had to prove yourself, being at the skill where you have first trained, so that you can be tested with the other skills. Later, she was headhunted for the chief regional officer of Erongo Regional Council, where she has played a very important and a crucial role. And that's why the system in Erongo regions are in good hands. She left a very good mark there. Yes, we are talking of a person who served in different national committee and board in this country. Yes, one of them the most crucial and one of the most important committee, which is land. So she served on the Land Reform Advisory Committee at a national level. Yes, and also member of the Erongo Regional Disaster Risk Management, and also she's also serving the Immigration Tribunal of Namibia. We all know the role they play. And also part and parcel of the Omake Regional Tender Board, of which today we call the Procurement Board. Yes, we say she's a politician. In fact, politics come natural. Once you have taken good care of various books and critics from others, that political nature comes automatic by itself. Yes, she joins politics, as a member of parliament, and in the parliament she was easily and quickly noticed because she has a history of being headhunted for her appointment. Why? Because she deserves, she has the expertise and the knowledge needed. Not that. She was, and she was not appointed, but she served as a member of the public accounts, the most feared account in this country. When they visit you and you are running an institution and your finances are not in order, definitely once they come there, they will crucify you with questions for you to be able to answer. It cannot, only people with knowledge and skills are serving in such committees. And one of them is our Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister of Higher Education. Yes, and also on legal and constitutional affairs. See, she is a top-notch. She knows the field of prudence, jurisprudence. She is an expert. You can talk commercial law, you can talk of any other law, even artificial intelligence laws. She's up to date. Yes, now she was also trusted and noticed by one of the former ministers and currently the Minister of Information Communication Technology, appointed her to go and serve, as a representative of the minister in the municipality and town council of Reaport, just 95 kilos from Windhoek. Why? Because the town council has not been run appropriately. So there were a lot of problems, so she went to fix, and she have left a mark, and she have put all the system in places. Yes. Now, let me just tell you, such a person does not stand low in societies. He or she is a good and a best friend, somebody who embraces education very high. Now let's listen to her qualifications. The qualifications talks as follow. You must always start from humble beginning. Always start from a certificate. And that's what TVET is all about. She started from those certificates. I don't want to mention that because of time. People have to watch news. Yes. She's a holder of various qualification and myriad of courses. And she's a holder of Bachelor of Education. And she's also having a Master in Education, and also has completed her Master of Business Administrations with Mankosas. Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite a very well-looking, tall, beautiful woman. They call her Oma. I say no. She doesn't qualify to be called Oma. Never. Yes. May we clap hands for her? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We may be seated. Okay. This is how people are introduced in Ongwediva region. I didn't know. Oshana, ne? Thank you very much, Governor, for those kind words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And because probably what you have heard about the person, that's why she is standing in tonight for two giants. Firstly, the Deputy Prime Minister, as well as the Minister of Higher Education, Training and Innovation. And by the way, the two leaders wanted to be here. It was basically their program, but because of the competing commitments and priorities, they are unable to be here tonight with us. They are both on official mission abroad. So therefore they have sent the recruit to come and do the maiden appearance before you. And therefore I'm so honored to stand in the footsteps of these two very strong leaders of our republic. Before I read the statement prepared by the Deputy Prime Minister, allow me to make one or two remarks from what I have observed this morning. I want to salute you, the men and women in uniform. Thank you very much for your attendance. I want to salute all of you who understand the essence of technical skills development in any given developed society. There is this myth, a serious misunderstanding that technical skills education is second or secondary to other forms and types of education. I want to dispel tonight these negative stereotypes. It's not true. Absolutely not true. All those countries on this globe which are developed, such as Singapore, has been developed by her masses of skilled and knowledgeable citizens. Probably why Namibia is slow with its development is because of this serious misunderstanding and putting technical education secondary, and I repeat, to other forms of education. And that negative stereotype should be dispelled in its entirety. I came this morning. I was accompanied by high-level members in our society, the board members of NDA, the Deputy Executive Director in the Ministry of Higher Education, Training and Innovation, Dr. Nanda, the man himself of NPC, who has put us and is still putting us back on the map, Mr. Stanley Similo, and I visited all 14, are they called trades? Trades that are being exhibited during this third national skills competition. There was a time that I was carried away. What I have seen at these different stalls, I just could not believe it's by Namibians for the development for Namibia. Congratulations, all competitors You are indeed winners, in my view, all of you, the 158 of you. The mere fact that you have been chosen and elected and selected and you qualified to be here, you are very close to the World Skilled Competition that to take place early next year. So once more, just have your courage, be confident, and I thought it was only us politicians that are taking oath. So I have seen this again in our very outstanding trait of skills development. So you have taken oath. That was also one of the outstanding things that I have observed. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, what the governor did not say about me is I have played my part in both administrative governance of our republic. I am in the public service since the year 1982. I have started my education career as an assistant teacher in a very remote rural area in Erongo region, Taunres constituency. My humble beginnings, but I was consistent, boys and girls, fellow Namibians. I told myself during those difficult years that I shall not remain with excuses. I shall reach the destination, the purpose God has created me for. And I was consistently studying. I was consistently reading. I was consistently also committed to any task given to me by my principals. Therefore, at a very tender age, I was a head of department. I became a school principal. I was a school inspector in our republic. I was the education officer responsible for libraries, readings, culture of reading. I was a director. By the way, I was one of the founding administrators of the Namibian Student Assistance Fund. The founding policy was crafted by me and my fellow administrators during the early 90s. So I was a director of education. So my majors as a master degree candidate is in educational management and leadership. So I am here to inspire and to ensure through you that we manage the educational sector well and well to the benefit of our sovereigns. So therefore, I am Mrs. Deliver. I do not sleep when things are not right. I am not that young anymore, but God has given me still that energy and strength to ensure that whatever is given to me as a national responsibility under my watch is to be executed without fail and within the given time frame. So that's me. So allow me therefore to then give you the statement under the signature by Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi Daitwa, Deputy Prime Minister, and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation at the National Skills Competition right here in Ongwediva on 25th of September 2023. Director of Ceremonies, thank you very much once again for the opportunity granted. Honorable Elia Irimari, Governor of Oshana Region, His Worship the Mayor, Tara Shaliefu, the Mayor of Ongwediva Town Council, and very soon, before I sign off from urban and rural development and join the new post, I want to declare you, Ongwediva, as the municipality part 1 in our republic, because you meet all the requirements to be upgraded to the municipality level. Mr. Chris Humphreys, thank you very much. World Skills International President, I am also now one of your friends. So next time when you greet, also greet your new lady, Natalia. Thank you very much for your beautiful, inspiring words, Mr. Chris Humphreys. I also want to acknowledge all the board members, Deputy Chairperson, who also did a wonderful statement this morning, and the rest of NTA board members. Dr. Raimo Nanta, Deputy Executive Director in the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology, Training and Innovation. Acting CEO of the Namibia Training Authority, Madam Keimu. I'm told visitors from South Africa, our friends in education, in technical skills development from South Africa, thank you for being with us. Esteemed presenters and facilitators, competition participants, the beautiful performing from the young ones until she must be more than 80 years of age. The girl who was performing here. Have you seen her? You people think 60 is expiring. No, I will not tell you my age. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Namibians, good evening. Welcome to the National Skills Competition, Ongwediva 2023. This is now from our Deputy Prime Minister. From the onset, I paid tribute to the event project team. I say congratulations. To the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, the Namibia Training Authority and World Skills Namibia for staging this very important showpiece for skills development in our country. Through selfless dedication and effort, you have risen to the assignment. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, on the 18th of March 2021, Namibia's head of the state, His Excellency Dr. Hage G. Geingob, presented Harambee Prosperity Plan 2, an ambitious action plan of the Namibian government for economic recovery and inclusive growth. Embedded therein was an economic program to generate new and diversified frontiers of growth and optimize stewardship of Namibia's natural resources. Fast forward 2.5 years, and our country's plans to become the clean energy hub of Africa are well underway, and the unwavering commitment of the Namibian government to lead the green hydrogen energy transition is undeniable. Furthermore, with recent sizable oil discoveries, Namibia is also fast emerging as one of the world's final frontiers for oil exploration. Our country's vast natural resources are estimated at 11 billion barrels of oil and 2.2 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves. Indeed, our economy is in transition. However, in this context of the economic progress we anticipate, how robust is our country's technical and vocational education training sector to supply us with the human capital we require to support the growth we wish to achieve. Director of Proceedings, I raise this question because at its core, our country's TVET system, through the provision of quality-oriented, industry-focused, and competency-based training, must improve the productivity and competitiveness of our skilled workforce. The government of the Republic of Namibia's vision for TVET sector is predicated on the development of our people as our country's most important resource. In giving effect to this vision, which recognizes the transformation potential of TVET in leveraging our economy, our government supports and assigns the required resources to the TVET sector. We do so because we believe that investing in TVET is investing in national socio-economic development, technological progress, industrialization, and wealth creation. Ladies and gentlemen, and while the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation and the Namibia Training Authority have recorded strong inroads to strengthen our policy, funding and regulatory frameworks, whilst improving partnerships with the private sector, swift change is the characteristics of our age. And the TVET of the future requires all of us as custodians of this important sector to be innovative and adaptable. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, our TVET system must prepare and align better for the challenges ahead. Part of the solution is to attract talented young Namibians to the TVET sector and ensure that we transform them into competitive and competent workers with a right mix of talent, creativity, skills, and attitudes. Indeed, TVET can be an excellent choice for individuals who are looking for a more direct path to a fulfilling and lucrative career. TVET can also be a powerful tool for supporting economic growth and development, both at the individual and community level. Stereotypes and stigma continue to unfairly isolate technical and vocational career options, and children continue to be influenced that such careers are low-status jobs, which generally offer little prospects for career advancements and growth. Gender parity is another aspect of this challenge, as it is still commonplace for Namibian girl child to be discouraged from taking up technical career paths because these are seen as exclusive for their male counterparts. These stereotypes are reinforced by a cross-cutting cultural notion that the technical sector is not for women. Therefore, we must intensify our efforts to promote TVET as an education subsector of choice. We need to raise TVET's brand profile while creating a pool of competent and skilled workers. We need to enhance awareness about TVET careers and change the negative societal perception. And we must create channels for our TVET institutions to benchmark their programs internationally. And finally, we must offer exposure for our trainers and trainees to global training and industry best practices, which they can subsequently transfer onto our local TVET system. And in the final analysis, we need to deliver in leveraging the TVET sector as an important tool in our collective quest to grow an industrialized economy. Because at the end of the day, the real test of success for our TVET sector is the employability of our graduates. Rest assured, our industry stakeholders will find it easier to become meaningful partners only if we can convince them that our TVET system is indeed able to deliver graduates of a high caliber, whose skills allow them to add value to any employer. This means that we need to ensure that the youth have a sound foundational education linked to flexible TVET qualifications. However, it also means that we need to stay on top of emerging demands on our training systems to proactively respond to the industry needs. And that is why the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, which is the third event of its kind, is so important. It allows Namibia to leverage the importance of technical and vocational career options, while also adding significant value to the ongoing and collective endeavor to infuse international quality into our training standards and qualifications. This multifaceted capacity building platform showcases a dynamic demonstration of skills by young talents across a wide range of areas. And I can confirm that out of the 14 regions of our republic, 11 regions are well represented. It is with dismay that I must announce that it is reported that Region Kunene, Region Hardap, and Region Kavango East or West are regrettably not participating in this very important competition. And the leadership in those regions, I was told, because of the flexibility of these programs, you are welcome to send your best students even after this event, so that they are also getting the same exposure and also be part of this competition. Kunene, Hardap, and Kavango East or West, you are absent. And these very 3 regions, by way of statistical knowledge I possess, cannot be left behind in any segment of development in our republic. Therefore, the leaders, the governors, the leadership at various levels are therefore encouraged to ensure that the students from this region are also part of this competition. Am I loud? Am I heard? Very good, very good. So this event is also part of the runway to the global stage, as most competitors will use it as a platform to prepare for the next WorldSkills International competition to take place in France from, I'm having 2 dates. I was told February, but now it is stated from 10th to the 15th of September 2024. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, our competitors have trained long and hard to demonstrate and show us skills at the very highest level. Our experts and educational leaders are ready to dissect and offer solutions to our country's skills development challenges. Our exhibitors are eager to engage visitors and enhance awareness about viable technical and vocational professions. In conclusion, to all competitors, I say, you face a tough, demanding, and very emotional task over the next 4 days. Give it your best. Give it your best shot, and know that this experience will stand you in good stead as you venture into the world of work. Rest assured, you will treasure these memories forever. It is therefore my singular honor, on behalf of the stakeholders involved in this event, and me, Natalia Gwagoses, on behalf of the Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic, to declare National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023 officially open. All the best, everyone, and take care, and I thank you very much.
I play my faith to just stay on top.
Honorable officers, I think it is us who should thank you for being here and delivering that powerful statement on behalf of the Deputy Prime Minister, but also for reaffirming your commitment as a ministry to this very important sector. So thank you on behalf of all of us. Yes. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome the mayor of the town of Ongwediva, that is Honorable Tara Shaliafu, His Worship, pardon me, to of course give us the vote of thanks for this evening.
Director of Proceedings, Mr. Mfungu, thank you very much for calling me to the podium to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of all of us here. Right Honorable Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation in absentia, represented by our able Deputy Minister Natalia, I will try Today I will try. Natalia Kokowasa. Honorable Dr. Ita Kanji Murangi, Minister of Education, Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, again represented by our Deputy Minister, President and Chair of the Board of World Skill International, Mr. Chris Humphreys, Honorable Elia Ilimali, our able governor of Oshana region, you know, if there are serious governors in this country, Elia Ilimali is one of them. So, I must inform this gathering that this is the third event or fourth event that is attending today. And they won't disappoint you. Once you approach him, he's always available. And I really want you to give him a round of applause. Dr. Deborah Machad, Executive Strategic Planning, Performance and Reporting, South Africa Wholesale and Retailer Sector Education and Training Authority, esteemed guests, experts and the competitors, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, good evening. Good evening. We are not mourning, we are actually celebrating. Good evening, everybody. That is much better. I'm happy. It is my singular honor to be here with you. I stand before you today, this evening, with immense pride and gratitude as we conclude the opening ceremony of the World Skill National Skill Competition, hosted right here in our beloved Ongwediva town, the town of opportunity, the only town in the northern part that has got so many schools, many universities, the first town that has introduced the traffic lights in the northern part. And for your information, we are the first when it's coming to trade fairs. I hear people talk about Windhoek Showground, but Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair is the biggest in the Namibian calendar. Please give us a round of applause. This momentous occasion has brought together skilled artisans, aspiring professionals, the youth, and the distinguished guests from all 14 regions. And here you have heard from the Deputy Minister. I am deeply honored to extend my heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the people of Ongwediva and the entire Oshana region. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere thanks to the National Training Authority, NTA, for choosing Oshana region as the host for this prestigious event. This decision has not only been a source of great pride for our community, but it also signifies a significant milestone in our journey toward excellency in skill development and vocational education. We are truly privileged to be entrusted with this responsibility, and we embraced it with open arms. The benefits that this event brings to our region are substantial and far-reaching. Beyond the celebration of skill and talent, it offers numerous opportunities for the upliftment of our local economy. The influx of participants, trainers, and the visitors has undoubtedly boosted our hospitality and the service industry. Hotels and the restaurants and the small businesses have all felt the positive impact of this event. This economic boost. We are lucky. Indeed, we are lucky, and we are very, very grateful. By the way, who is the man or the lady in charge of NTA? Where are they? You know, my specs are not here. I can't. NTA people, where are you? The board members, eh? Thank you so much. Thank you. We salute you. This economic boost not only benefits the entrepreneurs, but also has a ripple effect on our community by creating jobs and fostering growth. Moreover, hosting the National Skill Competition competition in Ongwediva 2023 enhances the image of Oshana region on a national and international scale. That's why we have seen Governor Ilimali smiling, happy, looking promising. It's because you have brought the big event to our region. Thank you so much. It showcases our commitment to promote education and skill development, and it demonstrates our ability to organize and host such significant events. This, in turn, attracts attention, investment, and a partnership that can contribute to our long-term development and progress. Esteemed guests, brothers and sisters, as we embark on this journey together over the coming 14 days, I would like to express my utmost confidence in the talent, determination, and the spirit of all participants. Your presence here not only signifies the youth of our region, but also exemplifies the power of skills in transforming lives and societies. I want to extend my gratitude to the African Union Commission and the World Skill International for making this event possible. Allow me to register our sincere appreciation to the European Union and the German International Cooperation, GIZ, for partnering with us in this event. The majority of our distinguished partners and the sponsors are all represented here this evening. I am reliably informed. I duly appreciate the presence of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, NBC. Mr. Smilo, your team is doing a wonderful job. I always tell people that in Oshana, in Ongwediva, we are very, very careful when we are dealing with NBC, because if you want to be seen on the screen, you must be, you know. So, but on a serious note, you are doing a wonderful job. We really appreciate your team, NBC. Vocational Education and Training Levy, Bengwinduk, Capricorn Foundation, PEBL Computers, Atlantic Training Institution, Kodwana Collection, Namibia, Namib Desert Diamond, that's Nadia, Popcoach Motors, and Namibia Water Corporation Limited, that's NAM Water. You are all highly appreciated. And please give them a round of applause. Omake, thank you very much. We also recognize the Development Bank of Namibia, Afrox, Millennium Refrigeration and Electrical, Dundee Precious Metals. This is from Chumebe. Dundee, where are you? Represented? Okay, but anyway. Dundee Precious Metal Chumeb, and Aqua Services and Engineering, and our host partner, the Ongwediva Trade Fair Society. This is the body that manages this facility. is actually part of Ongwediva Town Council. Gratitude goes to all the service providers, from the maintenance team and the cleaners to the contractors. Your efforts have been dearly recognized. Finally, my gratitude goes to our host city. You know, we were already declared the municipality part 2, Ongwediva. For your own information, Ongwediva town, we are the first, by the way, to acquire a very sophisticated machine to fight fire. You know, please give us a round of applause. Of course, the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, the Namibian Training Authority, that's NTA, and the World National Skill Competition 2023 event organizers, volunteers, and everyone who has worked tirelessly to make this event a reality. Your dedication to the cause of skill development and your commitment to ensuring the success of this competition is truly, truly appreciated. Your contribution to this event is an investment in our most important resource, our people. In conclusion, let us remember that this event is not just a competition. It is a celebration of human potential and the pursuit of excellency. Together, we can uplift the skill landscape in our region and by extension, the entire nation. Once more again, thank you, NTA, for choosing Ongwediva and the Oshana region. Let us make this World National Skill Competition 2023 a resounding success and leave an indelible a remarkable mark in the record of skill development and excellency. This is a proud achievement for Namibia by the Namibians. Please, Omake. Going forward, the national skill competition must grow as a platform from which we can improve and enhance our activities and the program to better invest in TVET in Namibians' interest. Thank you to all those who made this possible and are still hard at work to ensure all systems are a go for the week ahead. Lastly, allow me to thank the immense contribution of the print and electronic media who contribute to disseminate the positive influence of TVET across our country. And finally, as I conclude, allow me once more again to thank my senior and the renowned educator, our Deputy Minister, Madame Natalia, a teacher, and also thank my governor. By the way, today's team is very special. Do you know that the Deputy Minister, the Honorable Governor, and His Worship the Mayor, we are all teachers. Remember, once a teacher, always a teacher. Yes. Power to the organizing team. Mbandu Zonene, Okuhepa, Tangi Unene, asante sana. Siabonga Kakulu, Tangi, thank you so much. I thank you all.
There you have it, His Worship, the Mayor of the town of Ongwediva, Tara Shaliafu. When he's not running the affairs of the town of Ongwediva, he's at the altar of a church, but occasionally he likes to wear the hat of a comedian, and you can see why. Please, once more, a round of applause to him. We're nearly at the end of our program for this evening. Just a few quick announcements. Firstly, the 8 o'clock news on the NBC will follow right after this broadcast. But speaking of broadcasts, in partnership with the Namibia Broadcasting Corporation, the NSCO2023 will feature 2 different daily television streaming and broadcasting slots as from tomorrow, that is the 26th of September, up until the 28th of September 2023. So if you're not here, please do not feel left out. That's from 12 to 1, where you'll have the television news bulletin. And then from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., you'll have the television evening talk show. So you can catch all affairs of the NSCO 2023. On top of that, we'll also be streaming the conference, that is the 2023 NSCO 2023 TVET conference, which opens tomorrow at 9 a.m. And the opening ceremony will be broadcast live on NBC1, whereas all sessions as per the conference program will also be streamed via the World Skills Namibia, NBC Digital News, and NTA Facebook pages. Those are the announcements. Again, the 8 o'clock news will follow right after this. May we all please rise for the Namibian and African Union anthems here.
Bom, bom, bom. And unity, all sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the star, let us make Africa the tree of life. Namibia, land of the brave freedom fight, we have won. Glory to their bravery, whose blood waters our freedom. We give our love and loyalty, together in unity, contrasting beautiful Namibia, Namibia, our country, beloved land of savannas, hold high the banner of liberty. Namibia, our country, Namibia, motherland, we love thee. Bom, bom, bom,
Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. This is what you are, kaukweka sahoka. This is what you are, kaukweka sahoka. Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, Kaupeka seke kwaha. This is what you are, kaupeka sahoka. This is what you are, kaupeka sahoka. Bayende, ingosi, bayende, ingosi, bayende, ingosi, bayende, ingosi.
I'm feeling strong like Ongwediva. The king is back and I'm here to stay.